Let's talk about relationships and let's talk about how to have the best relationship of your life. Um, this little advice I'm going to give you gonna work if you're in a long-term marriage and it's going really badly, if you're in a happy marriage, if you're single, wherever you are, this advice will transform your life if you take it to heart. What is the magic bullet? You know, people look for magic bullet. I hope you're ready. I'm gonna give it to you right now. Are you sitting down? Um, okay, so enough with the teasing. um, what the magic bullet is, it's very simple. First of all, take a piece of paper or your computer or your phone or whatever you prefer method of journaling and writing is. And write your ideal partner. Just be as detailed and as arrogant or as entitled as you would like. Write everything you want. In more detail you are, the better this will be. Because in order to have it, you first have to at least see it, right? Big problem with our lives is that we could have what we want. We definitely can have everything we want. Problem is most people don't take the time to figure out what they want. And once you write this, then read it, study it, and then become that person. That's it. It's very simple. We want all these things out of our partner, whether current, potential, or future. But are we willing to become all these things? And it's a very, very subtle thing. Um, I tell you that, and it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious if you're in a relationship or when in the last relationship you were, in all the ways your partner's not showing up, and all the flaws and shortcomings and all these things that your partner has. Are you aware of all those about yourself? But this is the beautiful thing here. You don't have to be aware about those things about yourself. Be aware of all those things about your partner or your ex partner or your future partner. I'll tell you, I was deeply, deeply aware of all the ways my wife didn't love me, didn't care about me, didn't appreciate me, didn't give me the things that, didn't support me, wasn't my teammate. I was deeply, deeply aware of all those things. I was deeply aware, it's a beautiful one. I was deeply aware of how she wanted things from me that she herself wasn't willing to do. That's a good one right there. How many things you aware, like your partner, they want you to be a certain way, but they themselves are not willing to do that very thing they're asking you to do. And you're like, well, what is this double standard here? Write all those things down. Study them, get to know them. And then sit in front of the mirror. What are all the ways you want your partner to be a certain way, but you're not showing up in those ways? This is exactly what this exercise is. If you want to have a partner that is strong, powerful, sexy, fit, intelligent, honest, integrous, if you want all those things, are you all those things? And if you're not, that's fine. Become those things. There's this concept these days. It's very popular in our today modern modern culture psychology or whatever. I don't know what the right way to say this, but we talk a lot about um, the idea of narcissism, and so many people are narcissists. I maybe should have looked at the pure definition of narcissist before I started this video, but I want you to fall in love with the guy or gal in the mirror. Just fall madly in love with that guy or gal. Um, to me, narcissist is my definition of narcissist when you want something that you're not willing to do yourself. Like you feel there's entitlement. The world owes me. The world should love me, but I'm not willing to love myself, or I'm not willing to love the world. So when you look it in the mirror, are you in love with that person? And the mirror here could be the actual, literal, physical mirror, or the mirror that's around you. Everything in your life is your mirror. Are you living the life you want to live? How do you spend day to day? Did you spend each day today living the way you want to live? And I'm not talking about physically, like meaning like that, oh, you don't like the job that you are doing. Even if you don't like the job that you're doing, if you showed up to work, did you show up at your best self? Were you kind? Were you nice? Were you loving? If those are qualities you want in your partner, of course, this is going back to having the best relationship of your life. If these are qualities that are important in your partner, are you doing those qualities no matter what? Even if you don't like your environment, even if you don't like where you're working, even if you don't like the house that you live in, even if you don't like, are you being this person no matter where you're at? It's easy to be those things when everything is going peachy. So write down all the qualities. I want someone that's there for me no matter what. Are you there for you no matter what? Do you want someone to be honest? That's a really good one. Honesty is my favorite one. Are you willing to be honest with yourself? Self-honesty is where this work begins. This exercise here is all about self-honesty. Are you willing to be self-honest? Again, look at yourself in the mirror and be honest. Even if you take the physical mirror, you look at the physical mirror, it's like, I'll be very blunt here, but would you fuck this? And again, people can blame me as promoting narcissism or something, but these are things, some things you can control, some things you can't control. Fall in love with all of it, because your partner also has, if you want this partner, your partner, there'll be some things they can control. Like if you're 5 feet tall, fall in love with being 5 feet tall. You can't change that. This is what you came with in this lifetime. You know, maybe there's surgeries like they can make you 6 feet tall, but fall in love with being 5 feet tall. But if you don't like things that you can control, like are you fit or not fit, that's something you can control to the most part, right? You can change your diet, you can change your exercise, you can do things about to change your body, and there are things, like I said, like are given. Fall in love with those and work with the ones you can work with, right? Not everyone's given the legs or the lungs or the heart to be an Olympic athlete. That's okay. You've given other gifts. So do you want a partner that's fit and, you know, in good shape? If you do, then take your list and become that. So it is not rocket science. It's very, very simple. And I'll tell you from a very pain, this lesson, I am learning the hard way. So I'm trying to prevent, to go through what I'm going through. Again, I was deeply aware, I could give you in great detail in all the ways my partner, My wife wasn't showing up, wasn't there, wasn't willing to love me or give me the things that I wanted from her. And all my energy and attention was on that. Guess what happened? She left. I didn't take the time to be self-honest, to look at, oh, you're disrespecting me. How dare you disrespect me? I'll never allow someone to disrespect me. Oh, wait. First of all, in what ways I'm disrespecting her? Ooh, it's a hard one. I don't disrespect her. I love her. I work hard. I I do everything for this relationship. Like, like, okay, maybe I'm not saying that that's not true. This is me talking to myself, by the way. But is there ways you're disrespecting her? And then the deeper question, the more exciting question is, how am I disrespecting myself? And again, if the answer of how you're disrespecting yourself is from the outside of yourself, you're looking at the wrong place. Like if you say, I'm disrespecting myself by being married to this person, I'm going to give you a clue. This is not the right answer. Often disrespecting yourself is as simple as, are you willing to be honest with yourself? Because it's easy to blame the other person, right? Like, oh, I shouldn't be with this bad person, and I'm disrespecting myself being this bad person. But this bad person is just a mirror of you. If you're seeing them as bad, it's because you're looking from that place of that they're bad. You marry this person. Again, this me talking to you, but also talking to me, right? Like, I didn't have these conversations with myself. And guess where my marriage ended? So, you want to have the relationship you want? Start having it. Start having it with this one. And again, if you, at the end of the day, in the night, if you can lay down in bed and look at it in your life today, you're like, from a third perspective, imagine you were watching a movie of some character named you, and you're like, wow, this guy or gal really showed up today, really tried their best, really didn't cut any corners, showed up. They were loving, they were kind, they were caring. They treated their body nicely, they treated their mind nicely, they treated their heart nicely, and they treated the mind, bodies, and hearts and everyone around them. I want to be like that person. Again, the tricky thing is, right, because it's easy to slip in this whole narcissist thing. The narcissist thing, it becomes when it has this, you're looking at the outside of yourself, meaning someone might come, I have amazing friends and community that love the fuck out of me, love me. I feel so blessed to have such an amazing community, and a lot of them will come and pat me on the back and be like, dude, you've done so good, like you showed, like, let's talk about my relationship. You're showing up, you're there. In the back of my mind, am I really? I could take their appreciation, they love me, and there is truth to what they're saying. I have shown up, but in the back of my mind, there's this voice that's just a little nagging. It's like, well, but did I though? Did I show up all the way? What place I still need to look at that I didn't show up all the way? And what place I cast a judgment versus a self-reflection? At what place I close my heart? From what place I came from fear versus love? In what place I was afraid that I will not get the love I so deserve or desire, and I was pushing it away by being terrified. So when you're willing to ask yourself these questions, because I know you're so willing to do this to your partner. You're so willing and so good. I know you're so good at seeing in all and it could be from a place of deep love and care. You could love your partner deeply and unconditionally. And you want this because for them, you see their potential. You think like you're amazing. Like I love my wife. I think she's like phenomenal. She's the biggest badass I've met in my life. And I could tell, oh, only if you did this, you can live up like to, are you willing to do that to yourself? So you want to have that relationship? Write down what is the person you want to be and become that person. The best advice I've ever heard about relationship. No one talks about it because no one likes it. Doesn't sell. Doesn't fill up workshops. If you hire, you go to a therapist, you go there to process. Okay. Tell me everything that's wrong with your partner. Okay. Now go turn that around on yourself. Okay. Now go face that in the mirror. Come back, talk to me. There you go. That's your coaching session. That'll be $1,000. So that's it, guys. You want a magic bullet? You have it. It starts with you. Look at the man or woman in the mirror and ask yourself, am I in love with this person? Am I proud of this person? It's a hard question, again, because it's easy to slip, again, I'm repeating myself, into the whole narcissist thing. So do this. Really do it. And really be willing to look at every little detail. And again, two pieces of advice I'm going to give you to help you with this. One is every single complaint you have about your current partner or ex-partner is a complaint you have about yourself. I promise you, every single one of them. And then the second piece of advice, every single complaint that your partner has given you, take it as true and look at it. And how, maybe you're not, maybe your partner say, you're the worst man that ever, or woman that ever walked on the piece of the world, on this planet. Okay, I don't know how to take that feedback because I know I'm not. I've never, there's people that have done horrendous stuff in this during the time that humans have existed. I know I'm not that. So you dismiss this advice. I'm like, okay. How was I but if you get curious and you go like, well, how was I horrendous to her or him that they would say that about me? What did I do? Why am I hearing this? Why is the mirror reflecting this back at me? What am I not willing to look at? How am I horrendous to myself? How am I horrendous to this person? So again, it doesn't mean that it's it's black and white, right? but just get curious. The nuances, the like life is between the lines. Okay, I'll leave you with this and let me know how this magic bullet will transform your relationships. Looking forward to hearing from you.